We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Trade deficits increase, CNN turmoil, hypersonic missiles, wildfires, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The U.S. monthly international trade deficit increased in April 2023, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis and the U.S. Census Bureau. The deficit increased from $60.6 billion in March, revised, to $74.6 billion in April, as exports decreased and imports increased. The goods deficit increased $14.5 billion in April to $96.1 billion. The services surplus increased $0.6 billion in April to $21.6 billion. The Chris Licht era at CNN is over. The CNN CEO will be departing the company after only a year. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav confirmed the news to CNN staff on the news organization's daily editorial call. Zaslav praised Licht for his amazing career, but acknowledged that his leadership at CNN was not successful. "I take full responsibility," Zaslav told CNN staff on the call. CNN's interim leadership will be Amy Entelis, the longtime head of talent and content development, head of editorial Virginia Mosley, programming chief Eric Shearling, and David Levy, who was announced as the incoming COO of CNN just last week. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie on Tuesday filed paperwork to officially join the increasingly crowded field of candidates for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Christie formally announced his candidacy later in the day in a town hall speech in early voting New Hampshire. He has tried to distinguish himself among other GOP hopefuls by directly criticizing the party's frontrunner, former President Donald Trump. He called Trump a self-serving mirror hog who divided the country by pitting us against each other. He undermined our democracy because he was angry we didn't re-elect him. Christie could also hurt Trump's closest rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, by making it harder for him to win over Republicans tired of Trump. Iran claimed Tuesday that it had created its first hypersonic ballistic missile, a weapon it says can travel at 15 times the speed of sound to beat Western air defenses. The missile was unveiled during a ceremony in Tehran attended by the Iranian president. Called Fatah, or Conqueror in Farsi, the missile can fly at very high speeds and perform various maneuvers in and out of Earth's atmosphere, according to Iran's state-run IRNA news agency. The president said at the event that a deterrent power has been formed, adding that the missile is an anchor of lasting security and peace for the regional countries. Smoke from more than 100 wildfires in Canada wafted south and darkened the skies over much of the United States Northeast and triggered air quality alerts from Massachusetts to Minnesota. The smoke briefly gave New York City the worst air quality of any major metropolitan area in the world on Tuesday. Mayor Eric Adams said the city's air had become very unhealthy, reaching 218 on the Environmental Protection Agency's Air Quality Index, far above its typical rating below 50 in the good category. 10 school districts in central New York State canceled all outdoor activities. There are more than 150 wildfires burning in Quebec, more than twice as many as in any other Canadian province. Quebec has had twice as many wildfires than normal so far this year. The PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and Live Golf League announced unexpectedly on Tuesday that they had agreed to join forces and form a united golf league, ending a legal fight that has lasted more than a year and split some of the sport's top players. The tour called the deal a landmark agreement on a global basis. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan said the tours realized that their fight was helping no one, and we can have a far greater impact on this game working together than apart. The tours made the deal with Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, which financed Live Golf without telling players. Chinese exports fell by 7.5% in May compared to a year earlier to $284 billion. The decline, the first in 3 months, was worse than the 1.8% drop economists had forecast. The dwindling overseas shipments increased the risk of a downturn in the world's second largest economy due to weakening global demand. Shipments to most countries fell, but exports to the United States, Japan, Southeast Asia, France, and Italy fell by double digits. Imports also fell 4.5%, less than the expected 8% drop. China saw an export surge earlier this year after the government abruptly lifted its strict zero-COVID rules, but the recovery has sputtered recently, with manufacturing activity contracting last month. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.